I will prove myself. I got you.
Need healing!
Crusaders!
Fire at will. Feeling better?
Soldier 76 online.
Defeat. Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar. Now entering King's Row. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
I'll be watching over you.
Acknowledged.
Why did you abandon the assassin's heart?
I never was an assassin. I killed only because it was necessary. My ultimate is charging.
That's a lot of armor. Though I guess you are a pretty big target.
I guess I...
My ultimate is charging.
Children,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack
I'm
commences.
taking care of you.
Capture objective A.
younger than
I have
Take
found
a deep
the
breath.
enemy! Come
Now,
and face
let's
me!
achieve our objectives. Mercy in the righteous.
get me.
Let's get to that outfit. Damage increase. We need a great team.
Lights out. I'll make quick work of it.
Come out and face me!
I'm taking care of you. Damage increase. I've got you. Damage. Let's get to that outfit.
This will help. You should be at peak performance level.
Within me!
Where does it hurt?
It's ready!
Heroes never die.
Crusaders!
I'm going for the Domesty. We're leaving with it.
Get that mercy up top.
Damage increase. out of my way.
Is ready. Join.
I'm taking care.
Objective A. Escort the payload.
This should be a peak performance level.
Get into position.
Let's get you that outfit. Heroes never die. I'm taking care of it. Powered up.
Get into position. Duplicating that. Let's get you back in the fight.
Damage amplified.
Hanzo behind, watch out.
I'm even stronger. Moving up.
Damage boost engaged.
Adjusting angle of attack.
Operating at optimal levels. Reinhardt, where would you be at my head? Damage increased. Don't let up on me.
I'm on fire.
I'm taking care.
Adjusting angle of attack. Watch your back.
Ultimate is almost ready.
I've got you. Damage boost engaged.
Systems increased.
That's got chatter. Who's it?
Dragon control you.
I'm with you.
Warrior on point.
Heroes never
Warrior on
die.
point low. Dead.
Damage amplified. You've got this.
Run.
Mark on my target.
Right beside you.
Its destination.
Mercy 1. Dead.
Let's keep it moving.
Enemy radar contact. I'm going for the darkness team.
Round 1.
Ultimate is almost ready. Kill the Mahol!
Score 3-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
I'll be watching over you.
Stick to the plan. And if you get into trouble, I'll bail you out.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, Reinhardt. After everything that happened, I needed time.
Old soldiers never die, and they don't fade away. Old
Five,
soldiers never
4,
die.
3,
Don't
2,
fade away.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Healing stream engaged.
Enemy is
Damage increased. I'm taking care of it.
Rocket dog.
never die. Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei. I'm taking care.
If we don't get these healers, bro, these healers just run around, dick in hand.
Objective lost.
Let's get you back out there.
Stop.
Ultimate is ready.
Natural
You
selection.
needed a doctor?
Damage output in
Get over here, Neil.
Tactical visor activated.
Whoa, whoa, what the fuck? What is this bullshit, old motherfuckers?
I'm taking care.
What the fuck was that?
I've got it. Damage. Heroes never
Main
die.
plus tank get healed from my life. Bro.
Let me get you patched up. You needed a doctor? Damage increase.
Join me.
Healing enough.
They're all over me. Power
I'm feeling angry.
healing stream engaged. Damage
Enemy is here.
I'm taking care. Damage boost engaged.
Free left side?
Consume you.
Damage increase.
I called out McCree's left there. Let's see what happened.
Good as new. Let's get you back out there.
What? I have gold damage silver unit. What the fuck is all?
Heroes never die.
I don't understand.
Peak performance.
Can you explain how he's outplaying me?
Where does it hurt? Dein Schutzengel ist
Tactical visor activated.
Ich kümmere mich um dich.
Get out of my way or I'll run you over.
I'm on fire. Keep out of my
Right
way.
beside you.
Can you explain how I'm being outplayed here?
Damage boost engaged.
You're being charged by the Rhine, and you're not counter-charging. You're not timing your charges.
What is it? What is that? I've been charged what? Twice by the run? That's being outplayed now? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Wow. Really weird.
I'm taking care.
Like that.
I blocked his goal, you fucking retard. I don't understand what you want from me. I can't do it all.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why you...
What are you fucking complaining about now? What did I do wrong there?
I'm taking care.
You shattered in front of Zarya's bubble, dude.
Monkey, dude, you haven't been on fire once.
Dude,
Shut the hell
you're
up.
literally ass. I don't understand how you're complaining about me.
Yeah, dude, you literally
do
haven't
something
been on
and
fire
then-
one time. I haven't seen you do one good thing for us.
Have
Glad.
you even ulted yet? I don't
Countering the
understand.
Genji, I've countered the Lucio, I'm countering the Mercy, made the Widow switched off. I don't know, that's a lot,
Let
dude.
me get you patched up.
Doesn't really seem like you're doing that much.
Alright, bro.
Have you ulted once?
Heroes
Yeah,
never
about 3
die.
times already.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah, that's because I'm in their back line.
alright. They won't get it here. We can reinforce before they push it to the end.
Let's get you back out there. Damage.
My ultimate is charging.
Tactical visor activated. Resistance neutralized.
Ich kümmere mich dich. Damage increase.
My ultimate is ready. Nanoboost is charging.
I'm taking care.
I still can't believe you literally blamed this on me at this point.
Oh, I'm throwing to keep that.
Heroes never die.
I'm just giving you a tip. You don't have to be so angry about it. It's only a game, dude.
Damage amplified.
What the fuck? It's only a game, man. Don't freak out. Even though we're playing competitive, don't take the game seriously.
Let's get you back out there.
This will protect us. Everyone.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Let me get you patched up.
30 seconds remaining.
I've attacked.
They're almost out of time.
He's got shattered.
And now. I'm taking care. Under attack. Right beside you.
10 seconds.
Horns and Crusader!
Heroes never die.
Tactical visor activated.
Up on them.
I'm a man on a mission. Stay out of my way.
That was a good throw. 2 golds here, but thanks for the advice. I won't take the game so seriously next time.
Get nanoed again, buddy.
There's always an excuse why I'm not doing well, right?
Amen.
It's happening.
Double kill. Double kill. Welcome to Hollywood.
Build 'em up, break 'em down.
Enlisted is the free brand new online World War II shooter. Command a squad of soldiers and participate in legendary battles of the Second World War. Right now, the invasion of Normandy and the battle for Moscow are available in-game with many
Welcome to Hollywood. Traveling to Horizon Luna Colony. Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar, prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Go. I'll be watching over you. Angela, it's so strange to see you in your armor. I could say the same for you.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
My friends, watch resources standing around. There's glory to be won. My ultimate, my tactical visor is charging. I need healing. My ultimate is charging.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Nice.
Welcome to Raid Shadow Legends. If you're wondering just what you're getting into, Raid Shadow Legends is a free-to-play game for your PC or Mac running on the Plarium Play platform. Raid isn't just any game, it's one of the world's...
Yo, what's going on today, guys? It is Sam, better known as Smito here, back on my channel. Talking about a video and doing a video today that I've been talking about doing for months now, ever since the game was great in October and the dev team immediately threw a wrench in that and said, oh, you guys like the game? Screw you, we're gonna buff everything you hate. So, here we are. But honestly, you know, like many of my peers, I just did not have the passion or the will to sit down and make that video about Overwatch. I mean, the fire has just slowly been, you know, fading out. But today, some big news came out, as most of you guys probably do know at this point why you clicked on this video. Jeff Kaplan has announced that he is leaving Blizzard, and he will be gone. And I'm seeing a lot of negative takes from, you know, my peers and my colleagues saying that, oh, this looks terrible for Overwatch 2. You know, I love Jeff, and I love Jeff too. I will say on a personal note, I try to keep business and personal matters separate. On a personal note, I look up to Jeff Kaplan probably more than anyone else in this industry. The guy's been a living legend at Blizzard for 20 years. You don't see people working at companies for 20 years very often, because that's a lot of time. That's when I was 4 years old when he started working there, and I've got to say his family should be very proud of him. He should be very proud of himself, and the Blizzard community should put him in the Hall of Fame, and he is a living legend, Jeff. You should be damn proud of yourself. But I'm just going to come out with a flaming hot take here. That's honestly not that hot if you think about it. But to all my colleagues and people who are very concerned for the future of Overwatch 2 with Jeff Kaplan not being there, don't be. I personally think that Jeff needed to go. I think that when you think about this, regardless of game, this is not about gameplay. Like we'll get into the gameplay issues of Overwatch later in this video, right? But I want you guys to think about this really quick. So, when it comes to the business of the gaming industry, it has drastically evolved over the last 3 years, I would say. Ever since Fortnite really took off, 3 or 4 years, right? Ever since Fortnite really took off and the free-to-play model came around, the rest of the industry adapted, right, to the change that needed to happen with the game going free and the Battle Pass system and, you know, actually being able to compete and be a competitor with the rest of the industry.
Traveling to
Overwatch is not. And as many of you guys, I was even saying on my stream today before this announcement came out that unfortunately it falls on the leadership and Jeff Kaplan for the state of this game and the fact that we are behind the rest of the industry in terms of business. We just are. This is not up for debate. We are not free to play. We do not have a supporter creator program. We do not have a battle pass system, right? We do not have mobile. We are not cross-platform. We are years behind the rest of the industry when it comes to gaming and our game and our ecosystem, right? There is no excuse for that, and that falls on one person, and not one person, it falls on the leadership team, which was led by Jeff.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Together, we are strong.
So a lot of people see this as negative. I personally think this is the best thing that could happen. I think this is a good sign of anything, because if anything, that means that there's going to be change at the top dogs of the Overwatch team, right? You can be excited for change and also be happy for Jeff to move on, by the way. And to cut away quickly, it's important that we see this change for a couple reasons. I'm gonna cite Google Trends really quick, because Google Trends, to me, is a great indicator of consumer interest, because if your target audience is a digital base, the more that these people are searching your game at given times, mean that there's more consumer interest, right? Like obviously, if there are people searching for your game, you've generated more interest, which is like a crucial part of business, right? So I've put up a chart over the last 5 years, right? In Overwatch, we have in blue. Fortnite, we have in red. Minecraft in yellow. Rocket League, another old game, we have in green. And Call of Duty in purple, okay? Now, what does this tell you? Of all of these titles, Overwatch is the only game that has not managed to generate more peak consumer interest past launch than any other game. That shows that the leadership team's model and approach to attract consumers just wasn't good. There's no innovation here. And that falls on leadership, guys. So having change in leadership will be good. Look at this. This is worldwide. Our peak search results was in 2016. It has been a downward trend for 5 years. And what's crazy about that right here is when you saw the big switch in the industry. I have Minecraft as an example, right? All of these guys have managed to get back up towards their peak at least once. Maybe not break it, but at least you've seen an incline at certain points. And I think the prime example is Rocket League, right? Rocket League consistently behind Overwatch, down in green. And you know what this day is right here? This is when it went free to play. And ever since it's been free to play, it's been ahead of Overwatch with double the search results, which means that that doesn't necessarily like correspond to more revenue, but it shows consumer interest, which is something that Blizzard has struggled with a lot, the Overwatch team a lot, with actually getting people to come look at Fortnite Season 2. Any form of innovation. And that, again, really hits on the free-to-play points, the Battle Pass points, the Support a Creator program to have more people advertising, gameplay updates, format changes, you name it. We did none of them. And if you compare us to our competition, we have not done a good job of getting the consumer at all. It's been awful. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So I'm hoping that leadership will actually lead to that change that Overwatch needs to have. And sorry, moving on to the next part. Just had to cut away to this, make sure I want to get that in there.
Dropbox Business keeps your team connected, whether they're working from home, in the office, or even on the go. With Dropbox Business, everything your team needs is in one place. You can access and share files from any device. Your team can use their favorite apps directly from Dropbox. And sophisticated admin tools keep your data secure. With Dropbox, your content, tools, and team members are always just a click away. Try Dropbox Business free for 30 days.
If you can explain to me down in the comments, guys, I want the honest question. Explain to me how in 3 years of this being industry standard, games that have come out after us have adapted, even before us. So Rocket League's free to play. How does every other game studio catch it, but we miss it? Solely Overwatch misses it. Warzone's free. Rocket League's free. League is free. I'm pretty sure League's free. Apex is free. Apex has a mobile game. 100 million players in 2 years. Call of Duty has a mobile game. 500 million players in 1 year across the world. Fortnite. The list goes on, guys. Explain to me how not only do we miss free-to-play Battle Pass, constant cosmetics, constant gameplay updates, we have none of them. Zero, right? A change needed to be made, right? The state of this game, just from the business perspective, not even the actual gameplay perspective, is awful. It's awful. We're not getting, and this is something ML7 brought up that I want to talk about too. Like, I saw the Overwatch 2 trailer and I was very optimistic. I have a lot of faith in the dev team to make Overwatch 2 phenomenal. I do. It touched my heart. This game touched my heart. That's why I love it, right? As probably you, the viewer, does too. But listen, what about this year? I can't bring myself to play more than 2 hours of Overwatch a week. We have no content, no gameplay content coming out this year, just a couple skins that take a year to make. They plan these skins a year in advance. It's too slow. This team, the Overwatch ecosystem, needs to be started again, ground up. Ground up. This is not acceptable. And that's what I'm really excited for, the change. But no gameplay content, no free-to-play. Where's the supporter creator to incentivize a healthy ecosystem of content creators coming in and continuously pumping out content so you, the viewer, have the incentive to say, hey, man, this looks fun. Let's roll with this. Let's play. Right? We did nothing. And don't get me started on like the in-game things like Immortality Field. I mean, the balance patch has been better, sure, but like no willingness to attack these overpowered dumb abilities. But it's either that. See, this is where it gets a little tricky because balance opinions are way more debatable than business opinions. It's not for the debate that Overwatch is behind compared to the rest of the industry, right? And the state of the game, not even the game, the business is a D. It's a D. I'm sorry, it's not good. It's really not. But the balance gets a bit more tricky. So I'm going to try to stay away from that, though. Personally, I do believe that. It's not in the best state, but and again, this is kind of just me ranting about stuff, but I want you guys to ask yourself that question, right? Like, do you really think that with the current leadership, Overwatch 2 could be successful after we are years behind in every category in terms of the business? The balance has been incredibly questionable. Brig, look at original Brig. Like, that never should have come to light. It just seems to me like the team was lost. And we need a new sense of direction. And I personally believe that we can look back at everything Jeff and his leadership team did. I'm not sure how many changes coming around. Be grateful. Wish the man and his family the best. Tell them they should be proud. But also be optimistic about the future. And personally, this to me shows the opportunity of signs of life from Activision to actually have Overwatch content consistently being pumped out. That's what I believe. I believe that this team needed a full-on overhaul. I believe the state of this game is
Traveling to Nepal. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Excusable, and from a business perspective, not a personal.
Dropbox Business keeps your team connected, whether they're working from home, in the office,
perspective. This is the best thing that has happened to Overwatch.
Once the mission starts,
I stand by that. So Reddit, I'm sure people are going to go on Reddit and be like, oh my God, Sumito's this is evil, blah, blah, blah. But again, I challenge you to counter a single one of those points about how far behind Overwatch is in terms of the industry and how Overwatch League was supposed to be this massive league, this massive thing. And in reality,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Hi there.
I found you.
Put it out! My barrier is destroyed!
Get into position.
Group up! that down!
Lights out.
Activating the
Best round lost.
Denied.
It's happened.
Score 0-1.
Vincent, are you experiencing any issues with your genetic therapy?
Other than a crippling addiction to peanut butter?
Stick to the plan. And if you get into trouble, I'll bail you out. Five, 4.
Damage output increased.
1. Round 2.
Hey,
Capture the objective.
excuse me for dropping in. Hello.
Watching your back. The objective is now
Focus our attack.
Form up. No move. Very up. Damage output increased. This will protect us.
My servants never die. Let's get you back in the fight.
I'm back. Very up.
You have my thanks.
My blade is ready to be unleashed.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Feeling powerful. Through the miracle of science. Form up. This will protect Further experimentation required.
I could use some assistance. die.